Let's face it, the story aspect of the Splatoon games is too easy. You know, the hero mode. Despite what I have to say about the difficulty, the story modes, except for Splatoon 2's hero mode, have usually been a really fun experience. Splatoon 3's story mode is arguably the best one so far, and I enjoyed a lot despite my feelings about its difficulty. Recently, I've been streaming a challenge I like to call Alterna Hardcore Mode, which is basically just the Splatoon 3 story mode, but with a bunch of added rules to make the game much harder. The idea for this initially came from Pokemon Nuzlocking, something I've been into for the past year or so. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's essentially playing through any Pokemon game with an external rule set to make the game harder and more interesting. There are many rules that can be found in a Nuzlocke, but the most important and central of them all is if your Pokemon faints in battle, it is dead. You may no longer use that Pokemon for the rest of the run, no matter the circumstances. Just that one rule alone makes Pokemon so much more interesting of a game, and I wanted to try and find a way to do that in other games I like, such as Splatoon. Here is the official Alterna Hardcore Mode rule set so far. Keep in mind that this is subject to change, and I would highly encourage you to comment any extra rules that you would like me to add when playing the game. Rule number 1. Any death, whether it be in the overworld, in a standalone level, or in a boss fight, makes your run invalid. This means if you die at any point, you have to reset and start all over again. This is the most important rule when it comes to this challenge, just like in Nuzlocke. Rule number 2. No upgrading your hero gear. For the entire run, you are stuck with the base level hero shot and smallfry. That is it. Of course, when a level doesn't give you access to your hero gear, you may use the kit given to you in the level. For everything else though, you're forced to use the hero gear. Rule number 3. No picking up armor. Armor makes the game way too easy, and it can make it so that you never die in most levels that have it. It's okay to pick up armor accidentally, but when your armor breaks twice, that essentially counts as a death. The armor breaking twice rule just makes the game more fair, which is something that I care a lot about when it comes to challenges like this. Rule number 4. No bonus power eggs. This means no help from Callie, none of the secret container things, or anything along those lines. This just makes the game harder and doesn't allow for people to use the current any % route, as that uses quite a few of the bonus power eggs to speed up the game greatly. Also, I set a rule for myself that I would try to avoid as many collectibles as possible, like decorations, sardinium, sunken sea scrolls, etc. Rule number 5. Every kettle must be beaten for the run to end. Yes, I mean every kettle, including after Alterna. In fact, the run may only end when after Alterna is beaten. By the way, I'm not even sure if AA is possible without upgrades, but if it is, it'll be much, much harder, especially in sections 2 and 4. And finally, I've added an extra rule for myself, though if you want to try this challenge, you are able to use it as well. The entire game, from entering the canyon to defeating Mr. Grizz, has to be done in one sitting or stream. Personally, this would take me a little under 2 hours to complete, as I'm not very fast at the game, which is around 1/5 of the run for me usually. I implemented this rule because that section of the story mode is the most fun and entertaining, and it doesn't seem like as much of a challenge when you do one level per day, you know? Anyways, that's about all for the video. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe you'll try out the challenge for yourself. Also, please check out the Twitch channel linked in the description. I will likely be streaming when this video goes up, and hope to stream at least 3 times a week. The content in there will range from solo queue, to scrims, to tournaments, to splatfests, and of course, the Alterna Hardcore Mode challenge. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.